Yeah. Oh, they don't even hear a word I say when I rap. I'll burn a flag, rubbing to make America great again. Heck, it's that David and Goliath, I'ma slay my own dragons. Dragging out my words like drag racing a jag. Put the free and Freemason, I'm relaying the facts. 808s add to a 4-4 clap, that's basic math. My past a winding road, but I can find my home. Like Dorothy in some slippers standing on a tippy toes. You pushing yellow bricks, we in a fellowship of souls. Where anyone could die like a Game of Thrones episode. Yo, you never know it till it's too late. Me, I flip a coin with heads on either side of it like I'm Two-Face. Living up out of a suitcase, my closet seems scarier now. Too many skeletons in it, it's like a burial ground. Y'all need a Ouija board whenever we record. Y'all get the heebie-jeebies, said that boy's a heathen and he needs the Lord. But I know God up on a first name basis. Still don't got no entourage to show me Vinny Chase love. It's still me, Major, connected to the universe. For the afterlife, I'm only here collecting souvenirs. So who's the weirdest boy you see? Me, you probably right. Pretentious, what I say, yo mama not gon' like. Namaste, wearing moccasins. Assalamu alaikum, reading Alan Watts, singing like Shaka Khan with my chakra bright. A starving artist giving food for thought to feed your appetite. It's yin and yang, so what I'm saying is only half is right. Like, I've been told a lot of things before. I'm not sure if I can make my mind up. I've been beaten, bruised and sore. I'm still trying to hold my light up. Hold my light, hold my light up. Hold my light, hold my light up. Hold my light, hold my light up. All my life, God, I've been told a lot of things before. I'm not sure if I can make my mind up. I've been beaten, bruised and sore. I'm still trying to hold my light up. Hold my light, hold my light up. Hold my light, hold my light up. Hold my light, hold my light up.
What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back, everybody, to another live stream here on this beautiful Monday, October 7th. Let's get into it, man. We are going to be looking at YM here on the 5-minute chart. I've got TopstepX and a 50K combine loaded up. Traded XFAs this morning. I'll bring you through my rather frustrating morning. Back and forth on a handful of trades, ending the day red in the single XFA that I was trading. Really some execution that could be improved, but just market just not working with me, man. It happens, but I'd say I missed a solid one to lock up a nice $200 green day on the front end. Just watching this pretty gnarly sell-off here, was looking to get a potential trade in pretty quickly, man. So I'm going to check this out and see. Yeah, I'll show you guys what I'm looking at real quick. Price on Dow has just been eating up liquidity, and I'm looking at this level right down here at 150, 42, 150. I'll take you through a couple of trades, but might as well start with Bookmap. This is Bookmap, my favorite order flow software. You've got a whole bunch of fun stuff, but mainly you've got liquidity displayed by way of a heat map. You're looking at depth of market displayed in a nice heat map. Everything that I'm showing you right now is historical, but I'm going to take a look and show you this. As we were around 10 o'clock this morning, coming up to these highs, we had some liquidity up above. You can kind of see it behind all this algorithmic stuff, but here's what I had my eye on today. Kept a short bias on this one really all day, looking south, and you can see what happened. As we started to come down towards it, we got even more liquidity down here, 3 more big stacks of orders. I was looking short into these towards the middle of the day. That played really, really nicely. I took it short a couple times up here and just didn't have entries in a solid spot. Ended up taking some losses, but take a look at that, working like really just a clean trade to the downside. This one took a while. We bounced before it and then came down into it. And you know what happened after we came down into it. You know where we're at for the day. Sold off quite a bit lower. I'm looking at this level down here, not nearly as strong, kind of being overlapped by this algorithmic stuff. I don't know that I want to jump in low of day here, but I'd anticipate a bounce. I would really anticipate a bounce. Playing off an edgeful stat as well that we don't put in low of day too often in power hour here, the last hour of NYSE session. I'll talk about that and show you guys that platform in just a minute here. But that is what I'm looking at on Bookmap right off the rip. If I zoom out quite a bit on this, This would be really counter on the day, man. This would be really, really counter. But I would really look to fade that liquidity. I don't believe we have it in us to fill that and then sell off to the downside. I think at very least we see some form of a bounce. Here we come into it. The 60s, the 50s. It's gonna give me a shot. Ooh, this is dicey, guys. Yeah, I'd like a bounce play from this zone. We almost traded it. Did we trade it? No, not all the way. Still there. Got quite a bit. I'm gonna look for a sweep below here. Maybe look to grab a long. Again, this is pretty damn counter for the day, but on YM, I really like the extremes. If I'm wrong, this thing just absolutely sells off to the downside, and we really, really break out of this range. But I'll be looking to capture a bounce before that happens. Then I'll do some review with you guys. Ooh, there we go. Now we're trading it. How much farther down do we come? Let me try it from right down here, guys. Again, this is super, super aggressive. I'm looking to catch a falling knife on this one. Sweeping down below here. Again, fading a bunch of liquidity that just filled right here. Gonna throw a pretty damn wide stop loss on this thing just for now. Let's see if we can't manage it. I don't know that I'm gonna leave that there. Let me just take another look. Again, hopping right on here, trying to get this live set up and take a trade. Again, very counter. Price is really selling off. I'm looking at this as a support zone, sweeping below these lows. If I'm wrong, I think we're headed all the way down here. I'm going to give this thing some room to breathe, to chop around another 20, 30, 40 points if we have to. But I'm looking at this as a sweep down below here, fill that liquidity, and to start to see a bounce to the upside. That is Bookmap talking to me. I'll turn that off in a minute if it keeps going. Bear with me, guys, as I'm jumping right in. Again, on a combine, super aggressive. This is one that's in profit, like $1,700. Got to go ahead and push this thing to pass. Let's take a look. Just want to see what's going on the other indices. Yeah. It's a risky play, guys. I don't know how this one's going to play. I'll be right or wrong pretty quick on this. So we will get that. But again, using that really last stack of liquidity as a additional confirmation for support, was waiting for it to get down there. Got the entry below it. It may just absolutely dump from here, but I don't see a lot on the book below. I'm looking at this as a sweep below this low and at least a pullback, even if we are going to continue lower. But again, I'm looking to pick a bottom here, catching a falling knife. You know all of the terms that go into how this is a dangerous play. I'd really only be looking for a pullback somewhere up here, kind of scalping this counter trend. Sorry, guys. I'm just zooming out because there's so much price action over here all the way from the middle of last month. I just want to see what I'm looking at for a target. Yeah, probably. Whoa, 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 no. Don't want to do that. Almost fat-fingered it. Probably something up there. A quick wick back up. That's what I'd be looking for. How far does this need to come down to tell me that I'm wrong? Probably down here. I'd be okay with this pushing a little bit lower. Just kind of cracking down. If this just melts, I'm wrong, and I don't need to let it come down that far. But I'm going to give this room for now. Yeah, I like something like that. If we're going to bounce with a sweep of this low, I need to happen pretty quick. Want to give it room just in case we crack down a little bit lower and then continue. And again, I'm going to actively manage this trade, guys. I know I'm setting a take profit and a stop loss. If you've been here before, you know that I actively manage my trades. I close in drawdown, in profit, I add, I'll do whatever makes me happy. No, whatever I think is the best course of action given the new data that's printing. But we are directly into a trade on this one because I think we got opportunity. We got buyers trying to hold this thing. Again, sweeping below this low. Maybe we get a quick reaction to the upside. I'm not looking to hold this thing all the way back up to VWAP or towards high of day or anything like that. Would really like to see it start to bounce right now, though. Showing me some profit. Again, if you watched my initial stop loss there, if it went against me, that wouldn't have been great. This thing's really trying to do it. Watching Bookmap over here on the side. Again, an aggressive trade, man. Looking for a quick bounce after a sweep below these lows here on Dow. Yeah, I don't know that I want to let it come down lower. Gonna go break even on this, guys. I don't want to let it come down again. That was enough of it jerking around down here. I need to see the bounce. Really need to see a bounce here. And that's about as low as I want to let it go. So break even. If it has to come and stop me out, that's fine. I want to see buyers step in here. You know, that was enough time to hang out down here and chop around. If we're really going to continue pushing down, keep accepting these prices, staying down below this low, I don't like it nearly as much. So break even. There we go. Stopped out for break even. See what happens for here. Again, I like this thing. I like this for a bounce, but it's not bouncing, man. I like to see a quick wick down and then a continuation to the upside. So my read of price action after it's just staying down around here for so long on the 5-minute, that's not a quick enough wick down and then immediate reaction back up. That's really what I want to see. So we'll watch what happens from here. I don't know that I'm going to take that one again. That was my shot right there. So break even on one. But what's up? Welcome back. If you're on here, feel free, ask questions in Discord, man. Free Discord link is in the bio. I think we go higher, chopping the whole day. Yeah, man. Maybe. But I'll be reading Discord, guys. If you guys got questions, feel free to ask. I got a channel in there. It says main chat, one that says questions for Zach. Feel free. I got a couple good questions in there to talk about. Again, I'll show you Bookmap on that one. We really didn't hold that level of support. Here's what I was looking at. We came down into it, really traded below it a few times. Buyers are trying to pull this thing back up, but I'm looking for a wick down below, some kind of a push through, and then an immediate crack back up. That's really what I want to see on Bookmap as well as really on the candlestick chart, man. If I'm going to try a move like that, if I'm wrong, I want to be wrong right away. Let it come down and just hit the stop. But I'm not waiting for, a confirmation. I'm not waiting for some candlestick pattern on the 5-minute or the 1-minute. I'm jumping in really at a level after watching liquidity traded and sweep below this low. So we'll see how this one pans out. It's trying its darndest to hold, man. I think we crack this, we're coming all the way down. I just think there's going to be a pullback before we run. Doesn't have to be, but I think there will be. Well, let's see. My target was somewhere up here. right down around these lows. So we'll see. Do we pull back up? Do we absolutely melt? But let's take a look at the morning. I'll talk about some trades that that I was looking at. Here is our October 7th morning. I could actually just confirm this on the 1 minute. Yeah, man, we sold off, pulled back up, and then wicked down. I was first off looking for a sell. Again, watching liquidity down below. After this big push down, really, really early on, I was looking to sell right off of VWAP right as we cracked back up here. In this candle, you can see it on the 1 minute. I missed my sell entry right here for a nice crack back down. Waited for it a second time, which, again, execution, right? If I'm going to play for a bounce, kind of like on this trade, excuse me, guys, I got to sneeze. I got to take it right then and there. You know, I can't wait for it to come down here, hang out, jerk around, whatever, and then I say, oh, it's down at my level. Well, if it already bounced back up there and then came back down, that's not the same trade. Same here. So that second one, you know, I didn't like it nearly as much. Took it, still liked it short, got stopped out. As you can see, that one came back up. Was looking at this thing short from literally, 600, 42,600. Nice round number. There was liquidity on Bookmap up here as well. Was just looking for a crack right up there. I missed this sell entry by, let's actually do the math here. Yeah, 5 points, 5 ticks. That was extremely frustrating to watch. So it was loss, frustrating to watch this one. Came down here. I had considered a buy from down here. I considered a sell from down here. Was reading the market really, really well. Just didn't have a good way to structure risk, right? If I'm looking to sell off a VWAP as we're coming lower, again, because I have liquidity down below, I think we're going to continue lower. We've got bearish structure starting to form, even after all of this slow, choppy pullback. You know, what does my trade look like? Something like that, all the way down here I'm targeting. Maybe down just to the lows. Didn't have a great way to structure risk. Sat around. And then took this bad boy short. Yeah, I got to go through my actual trades, man. But took this bad boy short. Let me actually look at it on Bookmap because then I will tell you. We came into that liquidity 140. Yeah, I took this bad boy short somewhere over here. Watched it came down, got a win, got myself back to break even, like $50 in profit. Started taking longs over here, playing it from a sweep down below here, and you can see how that played. Ended up, again, about $400 some odd red in the XFA. Not a wonderful morning for me. What I could tell you on review is after watching this happen, missing my trade just by my own execution, nobody's fault but my own, not the market, nothing like that. Sell off, pull back up, looking short, missing my opportunity to get short right there and lock up a couple $100 on it and end it green. Trying it short up here, taking a loss, missing the trade by way of the market, right? Technically not a missed trade. The market didn't get to my area where I wanted to enter. And watching it just absolutely dump in my direction, probably could have called it. I probably could have called it right there. Yes, I caught another another short to the downside. Got myself back to break even, but continued on trading, looking long after I had been looking short all day, and ended red. Ended red on the day. Really trying to press it. So, what I would say for improvement on myself, looking at this, great read of the market, right? Execution here, you could have improved. Be ready right at the open. If I'm going to trade very close to the open first 10, 15 minutes, as long as I have a setup, I got to be ready for that. If I'm not, don't jump right into a trade. And then don't just continue on through the day, flipping bias and getting more aggressive, even if you're trying to get aggressive in an XFA. After that much decision-making, that much reading of data, I was pretty much trading all day here up until this point. That many trades, that much decision-making, it just gets daunting, man. It gets to be a lot, and your decision-making skills eventually diminish, right? Your emotional control starts to diminish. Your ability to read price action and discern market structure, overall it starts to fade. So that was my morning, man. I don't mind coming on here and keeping it real with you guys. That's the name of the game. Red in the XFA, but getting more aggressive. So relative to what I'm risking, 400 and change, under $500 on the day on one, not that bad. I'm getting ready to trade them very, very aggressively. So, yeah, let's see where we go from here. We'll see if we get the bounce right now. Yeah, I don't know that I look to jump right back in this. If you missed the open here, guys, on this live stream, took it long, stopped out for break even right here. Showed me 100-something bucks in profit after moving 100-something bucks in drawdown. Started with a really wide stop, was targeting a crack back up to this area. Yeah, somewhere up around here, around these lows. If I zoom out, this level of structure right here in the middle of this zone, 500-something bucks. It looks like we might find support here, but again, just not the same trade. This might be somebody else's setup right now on a move like this, where you say, I want to watch it come down, start to bottom, and then push to the upside. And that's where I get in with a stop loss just below here. That's really not the play for me. It's sweep down below, enter really, really aggressively right down at the zone. Let price do whatever it's going to do. Run a wide enough stop to allow it to move down a little bit lower if it has to, and then crack back up to the upside really aggressively. We're kind of hanging out down here, so let's see where we go. ES going down to ES is going to drop previous low of days levels. NQ. All right, we're conflicted in the Discord. We don't know which way it's going to go. Young traders, sounds like over trading. Yeah, again, just starting to teeter on getting a little too aggressive, man. I make a game plan for how much risk I'm going to allow essentially for the day, and as long as I stay within that, I'm somewhat okay. But again, this one probably should have just ended as a $250 red day or whatever the initial loss was. Made it back to break even, and then again felt like I was reading the market well, continued to push it, and really flip bias. So I'm gonna go execution error here, set the tone for the day. That was just not ideal. That's okay. Second trade, okay. This one was beautiful, just didn't get to the entry. This one selling down into pressure, selling down into liquidity, very nice. But again, at that point, I'm on the charts a little bit long. I like to wrap it up around 11:30, 11:45. So, again, you start to push yourself. You want to stay on for big moves like this, but you might not be in the right mindset for it. So I'm a hard critique of myself. I think that's important to be as a trader, especially if you're discretionary. You got to be able to watch that stuff. So yeah, man, that was my morning. Did I continue and hit DLLs and blow accounts and copy trade, multiple XFAs? No. Capped it when it was near that personal daily loss limit that I'm looking at. But that if that doesn't have to happen and you can cut it halfway there, go ahead and do that. So man, we are finding some support. Finding some support, man. This one looks like it might play. Again, went stop loss to break even, took the BE, and we're starting to move in the direction. All good. That's not one that I want to leave on with $400 worth of risk as we start to chop down around the low. Again, quick bounce back up. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, man. Sometimes markets don't give you big moves. Yeah, man. For me, it is just waiting patient. Patience. Yeah, patience is key. 100%. Waiting patient for my zones. I mean, these are on my chart before you guys hop on here. You could see how they hold up. It's really just waiting for price to get to VWAP line, for price to get to one of my areas. If I'm not going to use my zone, as it is, an area of liquidity on Bookmap, just sitting patient, not getting too aggressive and jumping in between the chop. This, for the most part, I'm sure if you were caught in this, I mean, I read everybody's social media post. Nightmare, right? No news Monday, very choppy, very back and forth. For me, this did present a couple of good opportunities, but looking at ES and NASDAQ until we started to sell off here, tough, man. You know, very, very back and forth, just chopping around VWAP. So, yeah, just sit patient, man. That's the move. See, yeah, man. Watching Bookmap over on the side just to see if anything crazy. If anything crazy pops. No, just a nice pullback, man. So, yeah, that's discretionary trade management. Me taking this one off, or not taking it off, but going stop loss to break even. As the thing's showing me, you know, $100 plus in profit, not letting to want it come all the way back down. On another day, you don't do that, and the thing rips in your direction. For me, protecting profit when it makes sense, right? Because there are trades where I will let it turn in from a winner into a loser, and I say that repeatedly. I get guys that comment, oh, never let a winning trade turn into a loser, go stop loss to break even, take half off, all that fun stuff. For me, it does depend on the situation itself. But again, we're watching this one move. We'll see. My take profit somewhere up here, you know, that would have been really what I would have liked to hold to. But we're bouncing so far. Now, your other opportunity is if you did think this was going to continue lower into power hour, which we are in, 3:08 p.m. We got about 50 minutes left. You could be looking for continuation, right? Maybe we looked at that. You think this thing's going to come lower. Maybe you think we're going to come all the way down to this next area on YM. You could be looking for entries down up here. You could be looking for entries as we turn and come back lower. I'm not looking short on this right now, guys. Very far extended. Yes, it is a very bearish day. Well, I shouldn't say that yet. We'll see. We'll see. Shouldn't say I'm not looking short yet. We turn and burn on this. I very well may look short. So I don't want to speak too soon. Stay flexible here. But appreciate you guys hopping on, man. If you got questions or you want to chat, man, Discord. Free Discord, links in the bio. Yeah, I'm going to pull up a stat I've been paying attention to and applies to exactly what I'm looking at right now. Power hour breakout on Dow. Yeah, that one would have paid, man. Not quite there yet, but that would have looked okay. We'll see. See what that moves. So here is, I'm going to show you two. Let me just mark this up on the chart. Let's get NYSE session. That is the 9:30 candle. This would be the high put in. Let's be exact with it. Boom. Take a look at these two stats that I'm going to show you guys. One is what we're looking at right now, which is this is, let me make sure we can see this. Been talking about these a lot. I'm partnered with Edgeful, but they are I'm going to let Bookmap keep talking to me. They are helpful. Let's take a look. Nice. This is YM Power Hour Breakout. What this is measuring is, over the last 1 year of data, how often, what percent of the time has Dow, during the last hour of NYSE session, power hour, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, put a new high of day or new low of day in. It often does not. It often rotates back up into the range. It doesn't continue to put a new high of day or low of day in. Interesting if you trade power hour. I will show you another one that I want to pay attention to right now. Initial balance breakout. How often does Dow, over the last 1 year of data, break initial balance and not come back to break the other side of initial balance? Initial balance is the 1 hour opening range, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Eastern. As you can see, over the last year of data, a single break, meaning it breaks one side and doesn't come all the way back up to break the other, occurs far more often than a double break or no break. How can you use this in your trading? You might ask. Take a look at Dow today. Here is the low put in between 9:30 and 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Here is the high. We came down, broke, and retested that level really, really cleanly and absolutely ripped to the downside. Does it always happen like this? No, of course not. Do we never put a low of day or high of day in power hour? No, of course not. But I believe, in my humble biased opinion, it can be very helpful to be aware of some of these stats. They have a ton of different reports on here. You can customize them by weekday, by a million different things. Maybe you say, that's not helpful, Zach. I need it for a specific time. I want to know if it comes and breaks it, before a certain time of day. I want the range to be set at a different time of day. I want to see just for, Thursday or something, or Monday. The stats vary. I mean, look at Friday. So these two, Edgeful, super, super helpful. I'm looking at a whole bunch more. Link in the description of this video if you want to check this out for free. You can check this stuff out for free. Really, really cool. Again, the report itself, explaining it, gives you an example of what it is, explanation, how you can use it, breakdown by day, charts, and then even a video that explains it in a much better job than I do. Edgeful. Super duper helpful. You could check out that through the link in the description. Wow, we're watching this bounce play out, man. Had to come and stop me. It's okay. Again, man, I'm not leaving that type of risk on waiting for a slow move like this. I want to see that crack down and then a really nice push back up. Again, take profits somewhere down around at these lows. We'll see if we do indeed come back up and crack this. But we will have to see. Young traders, you missed it. We were looking at Dow, buyers, support. Nice, man. I'm glad that you caught something on NQ, but not trading NQ specifically. But if you caught something there, man, more power to you. Again, partner with Bookmap and Edgeful. Bookmap, link in the description as well. A whole bunch of fun discounts from Bookmap if you want to check that out. Two programs I find really, really helpful outside of just the basics that I work with. So, do we have anything else setting up here for Power Hour? A sell? A sell back down to the lows? We don't pay attention to that stat? Let's see how that plays out today. Let's see. Or did we already trade against it? Let's see. Yeah, almost. Almost. That low, is that an equal low? It is. I'm interested how it reads that one because there's your, there's your 3 o'clock candle. We didn't trade, we didn't put a new low in between 3 and 4 yet. We'd have to come back down and crack this. Be trading against a really strong stat. But again, very, very bearish day. So take into consideration market structure, price action, all that fun stuff. But we'll hang out and check the markets out together, man. Just watch it. Bookmap over on the side. Seeing what we got. Again, you guys got questions, feel free, man. Ask in Discord. Free Discord, live trading, breaking down my morning, giving you my approach, my strategy, show you what I'm looking at, how I trade, the whole thing for free. Going through analysis, going through news of the day, answering questions, showing you the tools I use, all that fun stuff, man. You could hop in there. We got like 1,300 traders. pretty solid community, man. It's really awesome. And if you are interested in working with somebody one-on-one in a real trade coaching program, I do that as well. You can book a free call. Don't fall for scams. Nothing with crypto. No VIP signals group. No TikTok. No LinkedIn. No Facebook. No Telegram. Discord, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. That's it. Real Deal Zach on Twitter and Instagram. And Real Deal Futures everywhere else. Damn, man, right back up. Yeah, that would have been a play. Again, I'm trading that one the same every day. I'm not leaving a stop loss down here with $400 to $500 worth of risk, unless that thing starts bouncing. Nice bottom here. If you're more of a wait for confirmation price action, maybe you took it on something like that. Maybe you took it like over here with a stop loss just below these lows. You waited for confirmation. You waited for a little bit of a chart pattern, some kind of double bottom, and maybe you're approaching your one-to-one right now. I'm going to watch Bookmap and really look at a sell on this bad boy, man. Don't have a great way to structure risk, though. This is this kind of 5-minute candle waterfall to the downside doesn't provide a great way to structure risk. Could be looking at it just as a retest of this zone, a retest of these lows, where I would be looking to take profit if we were just going to break and retest and continue lower. But I'm going to wait a little bit on this now. PM session, price action, much better than AM session. Yeah, man, I feel you. I agree with that, man. This is tough. Again, I had some setups in here today just based on where price was trading relative to some areas I had marked on my chart. On another day, not so much. This is pretty damn choppy and back and forth. Again, I took a look at ES and NASDAQ on the side. I'm watching those as well, of course. Choppy, man. Really choppy back and forth. Rangy, consolidating, and not super duper easy to work with. Here you go with the 12 o'clock, right? Big sell-off. Big sell-off. Nice crack down below, retest, and then continuation of the downside, man. Support right down below these lows. Right where I was looking to buy. Right where I did buy and then get stopped at break even. That was the one trade for the live session so far, guys. Break even on this bad boy. Took a buy right down here. Stopped at break even after moving into profit by a little bit. Is it just going to be a rangy move? Is that what we're looking at here? Interesting. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. Let's jump back on the 5. Choppy, man, right? Here is your 9:30 open. Overall, pretty choppy. Sold off on the 5-minute after the open. And then VWAP chop. Yes, it looked pretty bearish after we came down and failed to go higher here, then failed to go higher here, but pretty choppy, man. If you were trying to get short or long on this and you weren't just trading off the tops and bottoms, that's pretty tough. Are you selling right here after all of these lows put in? Maybe. Maybe you're selling at a break of these lows, but That's some nice price action to the downside there. Let's look at ES. Get rid of all the drawings. There's your 930. Choppy as well, man. You know, like looking at this on the 1 minute. Just get rid of make sure the VWAP's right. Pretty choppy back and forth. A little bit of a sell-off at the open, bounce from VWAP, back down to put a low in, put a high in, consolidate, start to trail lower. This did start to look pretty damn bearish, and maybe this was an indication, okay, we're going to head lower. Boom, you get short on that bad boy to the downside. Tough morning, like the gentleman in Discord said. Better price action and market structure in the afternoon, for sure. Pulling back up. Now, where do we pull up on these? Yeah, here's where I would be looking. Next area of structure, looking left on ES. We found support before these lows here from last week on ES. Just zooming out a little bit. Take a look at this bad boy. Interesting, man. Interesting. We really didn't run for the hills here. We started to melt. Starting to melt on these U.S. indices. I'm really interested to see what this week brings. Yep, this buy made it all the way back up to continue my frustrating day. No, man. If it's execution, I'm frustrated. If it's something that, you know, I could have done better, or I would do differently on a different day, I missed something, I wasn't paying attention, you know, I didn't recognize that I probably should have called it because I'm getting fatigued. Yeah, I'll start to get frustrated. Something like that, I'm going stop loss to break even no matter what. You know, I'm looking for a bounce. If we sold completely off here and I took a $500 loss instead of moving stop loss to break even, I probably would be saying, you know what, man, you should have went to break even here. This, I'm not saying, you should leave the trade on, you know, don't take anything off and, you know, let it chop around down around that low. Not the trade for me, but you can see how that one played, man. This is exactly what I was looking for. A sweep down below these lows and then a continuation back up. And that thing played out beautifully. Just a little bit too much choppy hesitation down here for 17 minutes, maybe 16 minutes. Now, do we reject here and we continue lower? I don't know. I would look for something like that, but I'm not happy with the way that I would have to structure risk on this. Where do I place an invalidation level? Right here, right above my entry, somewhere really, really tight. Above that high would really tell me I'm wrong, but that doesn't give me a good way to structure risk down to these lows that I would be looking at. So I don't know that I get one, man. Don't know that I get one. Nice, man. We've got someone in the chat who caught a long. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, Mike, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Mike says, bad reads, falling into super chop with bad discipline. Lost the XFA. I've been recovering for 10 days. Damn, brother. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, today's one of those days, man. You know, again, like, you know, you could say, oh, you never blame the market, and that's true. You got to work with what it gives you. And if it's not giving you anything, you got to not put a trade on. That's kind of the thought. So I'm sorry to hear that, brother. That sucks. That really does suck. You did a solid job digging that one back out. I appreciate you sharing the whole way and letting us know, you know, how things were going all the way through with it. So I'm sorry to hear that, man. That blows. Take it on the chin if you can. You know, journal, recognize the bad discipline. You were good enough to share that and say, hey, I probably was the cause of this one. You know, and move on to the next one and put some processes in place that keep you from whatever that bad discipline was, whether it was tilt, over leveraging, over trading, you know, whatever it is. Same way that I do that review, just like I did with you guys on here. I do it in a journal, in a daily journal like this, along with actually journaling screenshots of market structure and price action and trades on my notes. you got to try to improve, man, especially if you're discretionary like me. You've got to have a feedback loop constantly, right? A game tape to watch at the beginning of the week and the beginning of the day and understand what you did and, where you went off, right? I've been doing this a long time, right? I'm pretty confident and comfortable with trading. It's a never-ending process. You don't just it's my humble opinion. You don't turn a page one day and you wake up and you go, oh, I'm a profitable trader now. I'm the best trader there is. And I just, come to the charts like tired and hungover, and I don't do any analysis, and I slap trades on, and, I don't focus, I don't journal, I don't have to continually work on myself. I don't think that works in trading. I don't think it works in anything else in life, whether it's professional endeavors, a sport, a job. To stay on the top of your game, you got to constantly be looking to improve. So, Mike, happens, man. It happens. So, if it's any consolation, I'm red in my XFA today. More than I would like to be. Not really more than I'm allowing for, but probably double what I need to be as far as just calling it a day and letting the red day be a red day. And I was back to green. I was back to $50 and didn't call it. So, that's that, man. That is part of it. That's part of trading, man. It's really part of trading. But 3:28 p.m. We got MOC at 350, market on close. That is data that comes out, typically causes some volatility. I'm waiting to see what we get from this zone, man. I'm eyeballing a short. I don't want to play against that edgeful stat that I just showed you guys that I've traded against and lost multiple times. Live on Top Step TV, I did that as well, twice. So I don't know that I want to shoot for a new low of day. I might want to shoot for sellers to step back in and just take this price lower after this bounce, maybe down towards the low without shooting for a new low of day. Following market structure, price action, right? Like, why would I be looking for a sell? Pretty obvious, but I'm looking at this as some rotation, right? Buyers really stepped in. This was the move. Would have been my nice $500 winner. Again, stuff like that for me is not painful to watch. That's just the market playing out. Good trade, good management. If it's a loss or whatever, or a win or a break even, fine, no problem. It's stuff like up here where I'm just asleep at the wheel. I get the beautiful setup, sell off, pull back all the way up to VWAP, and then this candle dumps 100 points, where I'm like, that was something that should be in your P&L. Same thing for a losing trade, right? Like, if I miss a trade that I should take, I try to journal it, even if it was going to be a loss. I don't just say, oh, well, you made a mistake and you happen to avoid a loss. I want to know about that. So, I don't know about this spot, guys. I don't know. Got a little bit of liquidity that came back on the book down, not even below the lows, 124. Really right at the lows. Got some orders on the book down there. 55. Nothing crazy stacked up above. Def where I struggle is seeing chop that makes me fight for a win. Switch to a practice account, 15 minutes and up over 2K. I should be trading the 150 the way that I trade, but that's out of my price range at the moment. Before that, I need to control me in a tiny account better. Yeah, I feel you, brother. Yeah, look at the reaction we're getting right here. Again, I'm not taking this one, guys. I don't like this for a trade all the way back down. Gun to my head, I'm short. Right for this area. Again, you heard me say I'm eyeballing shorts, but doesn't matter unless you execute. So I'm not super duper comfortable. And what's really keeping me out here is I don't have a good way to structure risk. If we came down and we did something different over here, I might be looking for this short. Again, like I was talking about up here, I liked shorts a lot of times over here. I just didn't have a great way to structure risk with this high being all the way up here. So a lot of times, and I was working with guys this morning, and I called out like 3 or 4 trades that would have played. But if you don't have a good way to say, this is when I'm out, this is how much risk I'm putting on, then it's not a good trade. Even if, maybe you have a good indication for whatever tools you're using that the market's going to go in one direction over another. If you don't have a clear point to get out, an invalidation area, it's not a valid setup. It's not a good trading opportunity because you're right really small until you're wrong, and then you're wrong really big, and that's not helpful. Not helpful for the P&L. So, yeah, man, Mike. Back to that, man. Two things there. Obviously, like, you know, I'm not gonna call you on that one, but I'll call you on that one a little bit. The practice account's always gonna be easier, man. But aside from that, to your point, which I think is the more valid one here, working with a more than double the risk capital in 150K over a 50K is obviously easier once you make it into that level, right? The profit target's harder on the 150K, but if you're working with $2,000 like you are in the 50K XFAs versus $4,500 and the payout qualifications and everything else is held equal, at that point it's much easier, quote unquote easier, in the 150K. You can, you know, withstand more drawdown, you have more purchasing power, you got more flexibility. But, you know, the chop, man, what I could talk to most guys about is if you identify market conditions that are not ideal for you, or you start to identify them, or you sit through your trading session and you're really just not feeling it, you're not feeling what the market's putting out for you, you're better off just sitting out, man. You're better off or taking the 1L or 2Ls and just walking away. It's always better to just miss the upside opportunity than to realize the downside opportunity. That's the way that I like to think about it. You know, what's the risk of walking away? What's the risk of, say, and I took 2 losses and it's choppy? Not making your money back on the day? You know, nobody cares except for you, unfortunately, and maybe anybody that you're going to post it to. You know, that's just the nature of it. So do what you can to recognize that and to step away, you know, when you feel that start to happen. The conditions are just choppy. It's not working for you. It's too back and forth. You know, it's not giving you trend or whatever it is that you look for. Maybe it's trending and you're a range trader and you say, hey, it's trending. This is not good. Step away if you can. Pull yourself out of it. Check-in book map over on the side. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot, man. Yeah, going through the chat, going through Discord. Again, if you guys are not in the free Discord, hop in. That's where I'm taking questions, taking ideas for discussions. Yeah, it looks like a lot of guys in the community have had a tough day, man. Choppy. Guys locking themselves out. Chop is real. I agree with that, Dre. Yeah, man. Tough morning for the most part, man. If you were jumping right in, tough morning. Got some funny memes in there. This was the meme that somebody sent. Wrote chop, chop, chop. Oh, fun stuff. Yeah, I had a couple questions on, yeah, here we go. Selling off right from the zone, man. Yeah, that day continues, man. Let's see if we come all the way down and crack this low, though. That's my question. I see liquidity right above it, making a case that we might want to come down there and actually crack it. But let's see what this short would have really looked like. Excuse me. As we hang out into the last 25 minutes of NYSE session. 24 or 3 minutes, actually. Yeah, guys, scaling plan in TopStep in XFAs, you can trade 2 minis or 20 micros until you get up to a certain profit target. Then you're able to trade more. Jose, absolutely killing it. Well done. Well done. You guys are wild trading the Sunday Open. Had a lot of guys posting trades from yesterday evening. I don't know about all that. I can't speak to that, but yeah, we'll see. Some housekeeping, guys. I got a hurricane headed my way. I am planning on traveling. We will see. We'll see how that progresses into tomorrow. I'll keep you guys updated in Discord. If you're not aware, here's what we're looking at. I'm in Florida without doxing myself completely. And here is what they call the cone of uncertainty. Not trading related, but trading related because it has to do with my trading. That doesn't look great. This doesn't look great for me. It's like a category 4 or something. 175 miles an hour winds. M is the worst hurricane. It's a major hurricane. So I'm supposed to be traveling, but this could really jack up my end of week and early next week, depending on whether or not my house gets destroyed. So I'll keep you guys updated. Power and internet become more of an issue than anything else, realistically trading related. I've been down here for quite a while. But after one of those storms, a lot of times power is a problem. Internet is spotty. So I'll keep you guys updated in Discord. If I have any crazy pictures, I'll send them there. But if I am streaming, not streaming, if I'm doing anything different, I'll keep you guys updated for sure. But fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Probably going to get the heck out of here, which may impact my trading, but not as much, I think, if I stayed. So see what that looks like into tomorrow, and then I'll keep you guys updated. Oh, no. Quant Tower. Quant Tower issues from young traders. That's not good. Yeah, man, we've been talking about this a lot, right? We talk about technical difficulties. Had a couple guys talking about Tradeovate. It's part of it, man. Hop in the free Discord. I posted a video of me in profit on a CFT Forex prop firm when I was trading on MetaTrader 4, and it froze like $3,000 in profit. I'm recording the screen. I'm recording the P&L. You can see the trade stop moving. The P&L stop moving. You can see MetaTrader freeze. You can see the horrified look on my face as I realized that I can't do anything, can't manage the trade. Had to restart, and luckily it came back on, and I happened to be in profit. But here's what I would say to that, guys. Number one, it's part of it, right? It's part of the business. Do everything you can to make sure that your connection is really stable. You have really fast internet. Maybe you have backup internet like I do. I have to pay for 2 internets just to have one if one goes down. Maybe you do uninterruptible power source where if you get a surge, your power doesn't go out. But even with all that, run a stop loss because sometimes the broker or the platform just has an issue. TopstepX has issues sometimes. TopStep is really good about fixing the issue if you were negatively affected. If it's with a broker in a live account or a separate broker and it's connected to a prop firm or whatever, a lot of times that doesn't happen, man. So, do what you can to prevent it, but recognize, put the risk on, put a stop loss in, and in worst case scenario, you're getting stopped out. It sucks because you can't manage your trade. You can't do any number of things that you might want to do. But that is part of it. I don't know how you factor that into your P&L, expected P&L over the course of the year, but you're probably going to have 1 or 2 really sketchy moments where right in the middle of a trade, everything goes dark for a number of different reasons. So, but yeah, I had a couple guys talk about that, man. Again, TopstepX glitched out last week, I think. It was really funky right at the open one of the days. I jump into a combine after something like that happens. I don't feel the need to get stuck in a winning or losing trade and have the chart just completely disconnect and me not be able to log back on. But, do what you can and enter trades with stop losses. That's the moral of the story. But sorry to hear that, brother. That sucks. I don't hear many guys using Quant Tower, so interesting to hear that. Mike. Again, guys, I'm talking to guys in Discord. Hop in the free Discord if you want to chat, if you want to ask questions. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. I changed this time frame up, so I know I got a few less of you guys on here. We're doing Power Hour, man. Middle of the day has just been absolute chop. Of course, look at today, right? Not really, not chop today. But I'm doing Power Hour. I'm on Top Step TV for Power Hour more. I want to be well-versed at really 2 times of the day, morning and afternoon. So I'm going to check this out for a while. Coming into the 350 time frame. Let's see what MOC does. But Mike says, practice has no emotions, just the ability to hit my moves harder and get out. Yep. Hard to see $50 and be like, I guess that's it for the day. I agree, man. I agree. That was me today. Again, draw down by like $250, $50 profit, all the way back down. If they're good trades, it's okay. But, you know, sometimes it is the right call just to wrap it up. You pulled the same move that I did today. Got back to break even and didn't walk. Yep. Wanted to chip away and rebuild. Scaling plan definitely threw me off, and I was having a hard time adapting. Yep. Keep you updated on the next progress. Back surgery this week. I feel you, brother. Best of luck on that, man. You know, good luck. Thoughts and prayers for you. And even more so, hard critiques in Discord on your trading. But I hope that goes well for you, dude. Hope that goes well for you. Again, guys, just checking out, watching YM here if you hopped on late. Took a buy down here that would have played really, really nicely. Maybe I would have been able to grab $450, $500 in profit up towards those highs. Got stopped at break even as we were chopping around down near that low. Not wanting to leave a whole bunch of risk on. Was considering a short from up here, but again, not a great way to structure risk. Waiting to see what we get in these next 15 minutes here. Sometimes it's really fun to get involved right at the end, although I don't see it happening for me here. But Power Hour is cool because you just get a designated time, right? It's pretty specific. If I hop on here, 2:40, 2:45, 3 o'clock, gives you an hour. Get to run through the end of the day. So we'll hang and watch, man. Why am I getting a flag from YouTube? No, we're good. We're good. We're good. What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. Yeah, man. We're going to see what we could do this week. Despite a hurricane, despite all the crazy nonsense going on in the world, we're going to trade, man. Let's see what we can do. Mike, thank you, bro. Stay safe in the storm. Prayers for everybody in that path. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, man. Vegas odds, worse odds than trading, man. I would that cone for the hurricane, like that thing. That's about as good as an amateur technical analysis would be at calling out a trade. Still a coin flip at the end of the day. You never know which way the thing's going to turn. So if you guys jumped on late, I'm in Florida. I got a hurricane headed my way. Probably going to travel. It may impact my trading and live streaming. I have one scheduled every day except for tomorrow. I'm going to try to hold on to that, but bear with me and I'll keep you updated. And hopefully I send you a nice picture of a beautiful palm tree down here, and it's not through the middle of my house and my cars and trucks and bikes. But we will make it through. Just like having a stop loss, make sure you have good homeowners insurance and maybe flood insurance, and understand your hurricane deductible. This is not trading related, guys, but it's trading related because it has to do with me and my trading. So, but yeah, man, about 4 minutes to MOC, market on close. Let's see what this looks like coming up. And yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm on Top Step TV Friday. They do a reversal challenge, which is kind of fun. Obviously, not great trading the last hour of Friday, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. So everybody loads up an account. I don't know if it's mostly practice accounts or combines or whatever it is. I don't think anybody's running an XFA. But you get into a position and you can only reverse the position. You can't close the position out. You have to either go long or short and stay long or short, but you can reverse as many times as you want. It's whoever ends up with the biggest P&L. So I'm going to have to practice that at a certain point, but I'm excited to do that on Friday. So hop on Top Step TV on Friday. I also just saw Top Step announced they were doing something with their VIP program, man. They're doing fire drills, bell to bell, all this week, and they're giving away VIP spots. So check out Top Step, man, if you haven't already, in case you live under a rock. No doubt, absolutely. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, no one's going anywhere, right? Market's not going anywhere. If you care about trading, you recognize it's a long game, not a short game. You'll probably be here next week also. Not much takes me away from the charts. I was going to post that when I posted the hurricane. Not much takes me off the charts. Category 5 hurricane hitting my house. I will do my best, but it gets dicey. So, but no, I'm probably going to get out of here. That presents its own difficulties. I think I'm going to be straight this week. I think if anything, next week's going to be a problem. The aftermath of that will be a problem. But I'll keep you guys updated in the free Discord. If I didn't say that enough times, hop in the free Discord, man. Coming into market on close, not much on the candlestick chart. Not a whole lot on Bookmap, my favorite order flow tool. Again, guys, we're about to watch that stat play out, really by the skin of its teeth, right? Because here's 3 o'clock, 1,500 hours. Here's 2:55. But unless we come all the way down and crack this before 4 p.m., put a new low of day in, that edge full stat is going to hold true, that we're not putting a new low of day or high of day in. Very, very low percent of the time that we do that. Again, links for Bookmap, links for Edgeful in the description of this video if you guys want to check that out. I am partnered, affiliated with both of those. That is, that's the disclaimer there. Pushing to the upside. Let's see, man. Let's see what we get, man. Let's see what we get. Coming into the last 10 minutes, about 25 seconds to market on close. By the time you hear this, probably happened already. 350. Usually we get a little bit of volatility. Sometimes it's absolutely nothing. It's just a dud. But let's watch this. Again, there's value in watching the market, right? So, like, even if I'm not putting a trade on and I'm trading power hour, I'm probably going to watch the whole thing, right? Here we go, 350. Let's see. I don't have a data source that's providing me the info. I don't think I can read it fast enough and beat the algos into going long or short. TopStep TV, Eddie usually announces it. He's got a data feed for it. It does change as it comes out, but it gives you buy side and sell side orders coming in for the U.S. indices, and that can impact how they move. Bullish move on that one, though. Short would not have been playing so nicely right now. Again, not a clear way to structure risk. Really don't want to trade against that edge full stat that I tried multiple times and didn't play so nice for me last week and on TopStep TV. This buy would have played pretty nicely. That was pretty much it. Right when I hopped on, I had that opportunity coming in. I'm going to turn Bookmap sound off. Really cool feature on Bookmap where it just shouts out if a lot of volume is being traded in a short amount of time. Kind of like tick strike, maybe a little bit like being in the pit back in the day. You start to hear a roar. I don't know. I wasn't in the pit, but that's what I assume it would have been like. It can be helpful to get a little audible message. Obviously, you can set trading view alerts, but this one is dynamic. It's just based on whatever's happening right here, right now. and all of a sudden we start pushing up to the upside like this, a lot of volume being traded relative to everything else around it, it starts shouting that out. Absorption, sweep of sellers, large trade alerts. You could set specific numbers on Bookmap to call out large trades if large trades are executed on whatever instrument you're trading. So it could be helpful, man. Yeah, a little bit of a pop to the upside. Do we go all the way back up and grab VWAP? That would be interesting. But this was a heck of a move from Dow today. Little bit of higher time frame analysis, guys, just towards the end of this session. If I'm looking at the 1 hour, super duper zoomed out on Dow. Got to clean this up. I got one too many zones on here. Good on the low time frames. Looks ridiculous on the high time frames. But bullish overall, right? If we get super zoomed out on Dow, obviously a lot of big back and forth movements in between all that. I've been watching this turn here. This start to drift to the side. I'm not a trend line guy. If I was, here's what I would be looking at. That's kind of the first start to break to the side, right? Start to get a little bit sideways. I'm more of an anchored VWAP type of a guy, although you don't see any on my chart right now. We are testing this one. We are testing this from this low here back in September 11th. We are testing this low. We are starting to crack below it. Sellers starting to gain control. Again, slow kind of drift out to the side. Now, do we hold this area right here? Do we crack below these lows and then start to drift up? Or are we going to see something like this? Are we going to catch some lower prices? So far, just objectively, we broke this low. We really broke every recent low. The next one line in the sand is from the middle of last month, September 18th. So, we broke this level down here on Dow. We broke this guy down here. This is really the lows that we're getting put in at this kind of support zone here that was tested as resistance a couple times. We rejected pretty harshly right here, right at a nice discretionary level. Nothing magical, just coming off the lows and this high. I'm interested to see what we get. This looks like a head back to VWAP right now. Interested to see what we get overnight. Right now, it feels like we kind of just crack back up to the upside, drift a little bit higher. But I'm going to be watching. I think we're in for some interesting moves this month, man. This month and this week, same with NASDAQ, right? Is this going to start to be the push lower? Looking on ES as well, right? This is the 1 hour chart, super duper zoomed out. Here was the drift sideways. Here was the drift sideways, starting to sell off. We had an opportunity to crack below all of this and maybe start to continue to the upside. That looked pretty good right here. Not so much today, man. All the way back down. Not as bearish as YM. We didn't crack all the way below these lows. Let me just look at this again on NQ so I could be somewhat objective. Same on NQ, right? We didn't come all the way down below these lows for October. YM we did. Dow was weaker today for sure. So I'm interested to see, man. Right now, obviously, looks like we're finding some support. I'd expect some chop back and forth up here. But, if we get down below these lows, this kind of line in the sand down here for ES, pretty obvious spot. Here's kind of what I'd be looking at right there that we just tapped into. We crack that. Sellers are really dragging this thing down. And we could be looking at a little bit of a correction, starting to sell off. Again, I don't go for the highest time frame analysis, but I do like to take a look, right? End of the session, beginning of the session. Where are we at? Are we in an absolute tear to the upside? Did we sell off today? Okay. Are we approaching a pretty damn important level? I would say so. In ES, right? This area here was looking pretty important. Cracked below all of these lows here, this low here, chopped around here, pushed back up, failed to continue higher, failed to run the highs, and now sold all the way off. Again, didn't crack these lows, right? Buyer stepped in, held this support. Same on NASDAQ, right? Like we didn't lose this area here. Kind of what I would be looking at coming off these highs and these lows. We found support there. YM did, but Dow's in its own world anyway. So I'm interested to see. Right now, like gun to my head, pure speculation. This feels like chop. This feels like buyer step back in, and we're going to chop back around here. Maybe test these lows, maybe come back up here, test these highs. This doesn't seem super decisive to me. But we got no news tomorrow as well. No red folder or anything like that. Nothing major on the board. As we come into the final minutes, that push to the upside did not continue. Didn't go and take VWAP back. Kind of just a slow, uneventful close. That buy from down here was the only thing that would have played. And again, it was looking pretty volatile and wicky. Didn't want to leave on that much risk. Stop loss to break even. Stop to break even. Negative $2.80. Live to fight another day. That's the move. So with that, guys, I don't have to watch the last minute. We're 2 minutes out from the close, 2.5 minutes. I appreciate you guys hopping on. Feel free, hit like, hit subscribe if this helped you out. If not, you could let me know in the comments. No worry. You can tell me I suck. Feel free to hop in the free Discord. Check out the links in the bio for Edgeful, for Bookmap. You can try Edgeful for free. You can get a gnarly discount on Bookmap. And again, hop in the free Discord. Live trading, analysis, news every day. Ask me questions right after this, man. We could talk about whatever it is. Trading related, let me say. Probably related to your trading and what's going on with the markets. Not like, what's the best color of the Bugatti that you want to buy with your My Forex Funds deposit withdrawal. Talk to you guys soon. No live tomorrow. Live the rest of the week, pending that I have a home to live at and this hurricane doesn't take me out. But not much is going to keep me away from the markets. So we'll get something rolling. Talk to you guys soon. I'll see you in Discord. Thanks again.